Hello and welcome back to Maff UK. Where am I this weekend? Well, I'm actually back at the Death Pit. The Death Pit is, you may have heard of it before because it was the fishing pond that was attacked by otters early this year during the winter, and I came back last week to have a look to see if there was any life in this pond, and there was. There were a few koi carp that I've seen floating around, and even today I've seen a lot surfacing, so I've got some zigs on and I'm back at the Death Pit and I want to give this place another go. I do love this place anyhow, but let's just see how we get on. So I've got my baits out, but what I want to do now is make a spod mix. It's not quite a spod mix. I won't be spodding here at all really. You can literally throw it out. I got me a goose. Call me a daft bugger. First catch of the day. My zig's too high, don't you think? So, first of all, I'm going to put the last of my sweet corn in. And I'm going to add some bread. Got some pellets. These are a mixture of halibut, cell. So what I need to do now, what I'm going to do, mix it all in, add some water, and let the bread take on the water and start turning things into a paste. So let's get some water in it. What I also have is some tiger nut meal, so I'm going to put some of that in as well. I'm going to add, believe it or not, some sardines. It's only one tin. But it gives me a bit of oil in there as well. So, it's starting to look really pasty. I do want it a bit more drier than that. So I want to be able to crush it slightly, make a sort of ball out of it, get it out there. I want to take on the water first, let it absorb stuff. Let's see how it goes. So I'll give it 10 minutes before I come back and have another look at it. Okay? It's been a few minutes now and it's really started to bind together, which is good. This is exactly what I wanted. There is, however, one final ingredient that I want to put in. It's a bit odd, but it really does the job what it has done in the past, and that is custard. Don't you just love custard? I think the carp do too. I think I'll One for carp, one for me. Half for carp. One for me. You get the picture, don't you? So finally then, let's mix all that in. At this moment in time, that's okay for short range. You can throw that at short range, but it needs to bind up a little bit more yet. Give it a few more minutes and see how we go. Now you would have noticed while I was baiting up there that some of the bread and bits and bobs were still floating on the surface. That is totally intentional. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. The reason being is that I'm fishing three-dimensional, aren't I? I'm fishing up in the water with my zigs, and there's no point putting all the bait on the bottom. So what I'm looking for there is a 3D bait zone. Does that make any sense to you? I've got bait that's going to fall to the bottom, the sweet corn obviously. I've got the cloud caused by the custard and also the tiger nut meal, and then I've got bits of bread still floating on the surface. So I've got from the surface right down to the bottom, which is only a couple of feet in this case. I have food everywhere. Trying to draw the carp up to my zigs. That is the intention there. I know they've been cruising the surface because I've been watching them all afternoon. So I'm in the right place. I've got my zig set at about a foot below the surface, and I've got a chimney of cloud, flavours and oils all in that area. So I'm hoping that should do the trick. Just coming up to last light, first night, Friday. Been here now perhaps 6 hours. Lots of signs of carp everywhere. They've been cruising over the surface, as I previously said. They're not taking anything off the top though, which is quite well, it's just I didn't expect them to here. Just funnily enough, just down in the next one, they do take them off the top, but here no, very difficult. I've changed from zigs now, I've gone to bottom baits, just sweet corn, because my fundamental basic food that I'm putting in is sweet corn anyhow, and I do know they take sweet corn here. So I've got sweet corn on, I've baited up again for the night. Let's just see how we go. But before we do, I'm just going to show you my new camera. I bought a Mobius 2, was it a Mobius Mini, and I've got it on my rods, and it's pointing at the alarms constantly, and it's on a loop. It's like it's a car camera basically, it's a car cam, but I've got it set up so it will record any takes, and it's let me show you. It's in a little waterproof hat and little waterproof bag and everything else that I've done with it to keep it going, but it works a treat actually. I'm going to be taking it to France in October, just so as I can constantly focus on the rods. So if I should get a take, I get that perfect shot, you know, the actual bobbins go in and then bringing the fish in. All rather presumptuous, isn't it? But let me show you anyhow, and you'll see the thing working. So there it is in its little setup. I've got the, zooming on the camera. Camera is an upside down lid or upside down pot. The lead goes down into a bag, but that bag is also waterproofed. So, and there's a plastic bag inside, and you can see the power levels there. Look, the blue light. Now, on tests at home, in ideal conditions at about 18 to 22 degrees, that lasts about 20 hours before I needed to change the battery. So I can continuously record for 20 hours on one power pack with this mini cam, and it's brilliant. I'll show you the little front of it. So there's the cam poking through the little box, little cutout. It's been pouring down, but it's still managed to stay dry and still working fine from what I can see. The way you know that it's recording is it flashes and tells you that it's recording. At the back there you can see the little red light flashing, and all I do is that little plastic, to prevent the water coming down into it, is peg it out like that. Now it's completely waterproof. I would like they don't do a waterproof container for it, which is a bit of a shame really, but there you go. Gonna lose him. No! Gone. Those that watch my videos, or have seen a lot more of my videos, will also know that I'm a hunter. And things like that, seeing the barn owl, it still gets me going. It's a really exciting thing. I love the wildlife, despite the fact that I'm called in to cull some of it. And I know you don't like that, but I appreciate the wildlife probably more than most people do. And you only get to really fully appreciate it when you're actually out in it, not sat in your armchair watching videos. Anyway, time to batten down the hatches. Let's get into night mode. Let's get the dry gear on. Let's settle in for the evening. What am I doing tonight? I don't know. It's a little pasty. Still, it's another blank. Although it is very tiny. It's another blank. I've got wet feet for a pasty. You can't see them, but there's a whole shoal of fish right under the water, ranging from about 5 to perhaps 10 pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's one coming to the top now. can see. Minimum of shoals of 10 carp, up to about £12. I can't say any bigger than that. That's fantastic because I thought this lake was devastated. Clearly it wasn't. Maybe the big ones have gone, the 24s, the 22s, maybe they've gone. Who knows? I don't know. But there are definitely shoals of 10, up to 10, up to around about £12. Somewhere around about there, which is brilliant because it means that I can keep coming back here now. I can keep fishing here when this was the whole point of this weekend, was to see if there are any fish left in this pond, and there clearly is, which is fantastic news. But they are very difficult to catch. If I move my rods over to where they are, they'll move over to where I'm not. We're stealth carping. Well, trying to be stealthy. No, the both of them. Oh, come on, fellas, give me a f***ing chance. Shh. Whatever you do, keep f***ing noise down. Hey? I can't.
Has it been like this for a while?
About an hour.
You burned yourself, mister. I burned.
Feel it tugging.
Yeah, you're best having get as much, as much line back as you can and playing it from. You're getting another line of pull, aren't you? Get to the life buoy swim. It's better for videoing. Oh, it's nice round here.
Oh, stand on the frog. Are you recording?
Afraid so.
Have you pressed the record button?
No, I gave it you. Right, now what's happened here is we're in those lilies.
You can see the lilies move, can't you?
Yeah.
You went straight for them as soon as you got caught, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah, I bet you were just off them anyway, weren't you?
I was here. And hopefully I might be able to flick it.
Yeah, it's the other side now.
Yeah.
You'll probably pull him all the way through, but he's right through the middle, isn't he? At least you're in a direct contact with it now. You know it's a straight line. It's just a thick clump, innit? Yay, yeah, that's it. Patience has paid off.
There we go.
Yeah, nice one, Matt.
Plenty of fight left. Oh, come away from there, you little shit. plenty of fight.
Yeah, no, it's good. You want them tied out before they go in the net. Shows you they don't come to the bank that often, do they, in here?
No, they don't.
Say when you're ready for the net and I'll...
I think it's ready for the net. Yes. That's a nice fish too.
Yeah. So should we take everything back round there?
Yeah.
So I unhook it in the edge if I can.
Yeah, if you can, yeah.
That was worth the wait, mate.
You do realise you've got your hat on, don't you?
One of my rubbish hats.
You do realise you've still got your plastic hat on. You forgot, didn't you?
Yes, in case shit happens. When shit happened. Yes, I forgot. Bin Laden.
Okay, good to go.
$14.5.
Is it?
Yeah. Sponsored by NY. Not your carp. Good fish that, Matt.
You're ripping off. Right, I'm going to get this one back.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I just re-chucked.
Right, what's happened? I've just literally put mine back in the water hastily because Dave's just ripped off. The death pit is producing.
Mine's over here, even though it's... There's a snag there. See what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it's snagged on something there. It's rubbing round it.
It just went mad for an hour. Dave also had a run at the same time as me. You would have seen that on the camera. At the same time again, my zig ripped off, but I lost that one unfortunately. And Dave has been stuck in the weeds, and it looks like he's lost his fish too. So it's been a mad hour, that's for sure. Well, mad 20 minutes really. Hopefully we'll get all our rigs back and not leave anything in the water. But really pleased. The death pit has recovered very well from the Otter, and all things weren't as bad as originally thought, which is really good news. My favourite venue of all time, including this beats Bluebells because of the solitude. Tractors and farmers can't do anything about that, but this is my favourite pond, and it's still kicking, and we like that, don't we? It's about quality time, not always about big fish. But £14, happy with that. That's what I like about Dave. He does everything right. He won't leave that trace. He won't leave that in the water. He knows it's the wrong thing to do, and he's got yourself in the water to get it out. There ain't many folks that would do that. So well done, Dave. He doesn't know I'm filming this, but this will be in the final edit. He's not just trying to save his rig. He's keeping the lake clear of crap.
As darkness falls, the moon is full.
Here we are, Sunday morning. Not quite sure what the time is right now. Still only 2 fish out, but 2 fish is a massive achievement when you consider the fact that we thought this was completely devoid of any. And we're going to hang on for a few hours later, I think when we've had enough. Dave spent the night without a bivvy, slept in his bed, just on outdoors, so no rain, so that was alright. Obviously we want to get away for 10 this morning, but all the power's run out on the phones. Foolish us didn't bring enough power, but anyone that's watched my videos in the past will know that I do a little bit of bushcraft, and well, I reckon looking up there we're at about 9 o'clock, Dave.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Near as damn it. How can you be more precise? How can you really tell?
Well, because it is. Right, so that's us done. Not an unsuccessful weekend, but as you can clearly see, everything is cleaned away and tidy as it should be. However, normally I wouldn't say anything, but this time I am going to say something, because the people that were here before us, what they left is that. Bottles, paper, bottle caps, half burnt timber that they snapped out of the tree. More importantly, look at the state of that. Outrageous. You know, you can give thumbs down for the minest and smallest of issues, but that's a big issue in my mind, and that deserves more than a thumb down. That deserves a ban off the site altogether. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's exactly what I think too. But it's outrageous that people come fishing and leave places. That's the second place I've been this year that I've had to tidy up because of other people. Now, I'm not prepared to leave it. I'm going to take it home and clean up. I've already took some rubbish home anyhow, but I'm going to take some more, because I can't leave it like that. And those people that leave it in that sort of state, well, shame on you. You deserve to be banned off this place altogether. See you later.